See, what nobody tells you about your first AI agency sales call is how nervous you'll be, you know, because after all, like, who are you? You've just watched a couple of YouTube tutorials, maybe even made your first bot, but at the end of the day, you've got no clients to back up what you're saying. You've got no statistics to back up what you're saying. You're almost just running with what the tutorials taught you about AI and what it can do for businesses. Maybe a couple of Google searches, even maybe making a Figma board before your AI sales call. That's what I did. But still, you just can't seem to shake these nerves, you know. And these were the exact thoughts that were running through my head during my first AI sales call. Actually, but there's 3 crucial lessons I learned during that sales call. The first one was the importance of closing on the call. The second lesson I learned was the power of warm outreach. And the third lesson I learned was a key mindset shift that I need to make moving forward in the AI space and just business and entrepreneurship in general. But before I explain those lessons I learned in more key details and give you actionable steps on like how to improve with these key details or key learnings, I need to explain to you how I got to this position of being on a sales call with my first, or wanted to be my first AI sales client. It'll only take a minute, so let me just give you the backstory. So like many of you watching this, you know, I've always had this somewhat of an ambition just rooted deep inside of me. And even from a point where like I can't even remember what caused this ambition that I had in me, you know. And if you're exactly like me, you're probably watching like, you know, the same content. You know, you watch the Iman Gatsis, you watch the Samuel Nuas, you know, you watch all these online personalities who are entrepreneurs, and you think like to yourself like, damn, you know, that lifestyle, you know, what they're doing, and the options that they have, it's just something that's quite enticing. It draws you in. So that was my almost awakening into the AI space, not AI space, entrepreneur space. And yeah, that's what almost fueled my journey on this AI space. So I decided, you know, one day to take action, like many of you have probably, and, you know, search on YouTube, like how to make money online. And, you know, you come across the typical SMMA, the drop shipping, you know, and anything basically under the sun to try and make your first maybe $10,000 online or $1,000 online. And but still, you know, the penny hasn't dropped, and, you know, you have not even made $1 online at all. So I actually started with drop shipping. Drop shipping was the first thing I tried. I set up a store, you know, had some catalog of items, started using organic content on TikTok and Instagram. And you know, I made actually like 2 sales, but like they were like for 2,000 Rand each. But the ad spend just ate all that profit up, so there was no profit at all. And I actually sold my iPhone 13 to fund this ad account for 7 days. And did I make a sale off that iPhone money that I got? No, I did not make a single sale off that iPhone money. But so that was like a key turning point for me. I'm like, this business venture is not for me. It is very possible to do well in drop shipping still, I believe, but it's a bit more saturated and you need a bit more like product understanding. But besides that, I decided, yeah, drop shipping is not for me, and leave it for someone else. So went back to the drawing board, went back to YouTube as one does when you don't know what to do and know how to make money online. And I stumbled upon the AI automation agency, you know, Liam Otley, the goat of this model. I stumbled upon his videos and like saying why AI is such an important part of, you know, the world we're living in, and just, you know, it just really flipped the switch in me. I'm like, this is something I want to go 100% in on, and just like put blinders onto everything and just focus on this AI agency space. So that was my awakening into the AI agency space. And I started with some like basic projects like voice flow. My first one was a dentist, an AI receptionist for dentistry, like some made up information. And it was actually the first YouTube video that I made, posting a tutorial on like how to make an AI receptionist. And it didn't even take that long. It took maybe like 3 months to get to that point. So after making that AI chatbot, I was feeling like, yeah, you know, the man, I can do this. This is quite easy. You know, this is very doable. So with my arrogance and bravado, I'm like, let me message one of my mom's friends who's a travel agent, and offer her a service to like get leads for her travel agency. It's basically like a travel budget planner where it takes user preferences and uses AI to recommend places that they should travel to, whilst gathering live flight prices and accommodation prices using APIs. I'm pretty sure you know what that means, but if you don't, it's an application programming interface. And so I made the bot after like some few days, and she agreed, to my surprise, to actually like get on a call with me. And suddenly I was just on my first AI sales call. So now you understand how I got there and like the process it took me to like realize that AI agency is probably the agency for me, and it could be for you possibly. Let me talk about the key lessons that I learned on that sales call. So the first lesson I learned was a critical lesson that I don't think I'll ever make again, and it's you must always close on that sales call. Like, I don't know, there's probably some stat out there that's somewhere that reads like the probability of you closing the call after, or closing the lead after the call drops by X amount. It's definitely there, I know it. But yeah, I think what I need to do going forward, and probably what you should do going forward, is prepare like a client contract before you even get into the meeting. So at the end of the meeting, even if it's your first client, because I don't recommend you charge your first client because you don't know what you're doing. You just say like, it's a contract saying that you'll offer this service for free as long as you get a referral at the end or recommendation. But I just went over my head, didn't even do that. So at the end of the sales call, I was like, any thoughts and opinions? And that was it. I didn't ask, can I implement this? When can I implement this into your business, or like, do you think this will be a good fit for you? None of that. So I think going forward, maybe have like a bit of a execution plan for the close, and have that contract signed up before, or drafted up before you even get on the call. And okay, that's my first lesson in my AI sales call. Second lesson I learned was that warm outreach is crucial. It's like the hands down the easiest way to like get in contact with your first lead. So warm outreach is basically getting your contacts list and basically saying that I'm offering this service. Do you know anyone who might be interested in it? So I wouldn't even be making this video if my mom was not friends with this travel agent. There's a bit of an element of trust when you're talking to someone who you mutually know someone, and that just gets you over the line and maybe into your first sales call. And with this information, probably you'll close your first AI sales call. Yeah, so that's my second lesson, is warm outreach is the key to getting your first AI sales call. Not close, but call. Yeah. And the lesson number 3 is, I think, the most important lesson that I took out of this AI sales call. And it's a key mental shift that you need to make when you're going into business. And I think it's just a key mental shift that you need to have throughout your whole life. And that key mental shift is seeing failure as the cost of success. I have this belief, right, that if you're going to succeed in the AI space, or any space in the world in general, that you need to see failure as part of the journey. It's the cost that you pay to win. So I just want to talk on something that Alex Hormozi has, said in the past. And I do take a lot of inspiration from Alex Hormozi, and I do see him as a quite an influential figure in the space of entrepreneurship. And I think he has very fundamental lessons that you need to learn to be successful in AI, or in any space in that matter. So he says something like this: learning is adopting a new behavior in the same environment, and intelligence is how quickly adapt to that behavior. For example, in sales calls, the environment is the call itself, and your behavior is how you approach the sales call. Your intelligence is reflected in how quickly you improve call to call. So over time, those iterations lead to consistent wins. So when I break that down, that's why I'm not scared to fail today, because I know I'll win tomorrow. So these are the key takeaways that I learned from my AI sales call, and the mental models that I hope to retain with me moving forward. So this is a new series that I'm trying to start. It's part of documenting the journey of me building Next Orbit AI, my AI agency. So in this series of building Next Orbit AI, I just plan to share lessons I've learned in the AI space, common pitfalls to avoid, and any philosophies for growing a business as a young entrepreneur. So if you're a young entrepreneur who's in the space, getting started, doesn't know where to start, or just looking for inspiration, or just some thoughts from someone else in your position, just hit that subscribe and watch along in this series, because I plan to just post one every week, just showing you what I've been doing the whole week and just how I'm taking the next step to build Next Orbit AI. I think that was a great video.